that giving up that for him seems to be a big piece here. You have the Commanders on the clock, Carl. What does Washington do? We haven't actually talked Washington at all. They're not really a major focus. They finally got a team name. Obviously, they're in a bit of a changing of the guard and error as well.
I mean, I think when they just traded for Carson Wentz, so they have their QB now.
I mean, quote unquote,
they have
yeah.
Well, right. Yeah, they have their QB, but they just traded for him, so I can't see him picking a QB here. But they have to give a compliment to Terry McLaurin here. So there are some guys left on the board, obviously, and I mean Washington, solid defense, but the offense still needs some help. And obviously, the biggest pick are receivers. So they have Burks, they have Jahan Dotson. They have options here. So we'll have just. If it were me with Washington, I mean McLaurin is a very underrated player in the league. So if they can get him some help, and they can give Carson Wentz some help with it, they already have two solid running backs.
Yeah.
The offensive line is on the rise. So if they can get some help for Carson Wentz, so they can give some help to McLaurin, give him some space to operate. I mean, that'd be a good day for him.
Yeah. It definitely appears they need to give help for Carson Wentz, who just kind of punted his opportunity with the Colts just a season ago. So, yeah, they definitely need as much help as they can get around Wentz, who, again, not long ago was an MVP candidate and then obviously lost his job when he got hurt for Nick Foles, who won a championship for the Eagles, and then he's kind of been toiling around. But if it didn't work with Frank Wright with the Colts, I don't know when it's going to work. But still, the age is maybe on his side to figure something out. They certainly could be worse at QB. But they have a bridge guy, and again, maybe, though, they have a bridge guy that they're not totally sold upon forever and they have a favorable contract who just bounced off a team a year ago. Do they say, well, there's no quarterback taken, we'll take a project right now? Do they go Willis? Do they go something else? You have the Chargers coming up. Then you have the Eagles again. Or are the Eagles the next team that if Washington doesn't do it, then could jump in the quarterback mix? And at that point here, we're at pick 18. Again, there's no way this isn't a board that's falling in favor of the Steelers. To kind of reset a little bit here, the Ravens do trade Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, the cousin of Antonio Brown, if you weren't aware, to the Cardinals for pick number 23, which seems like a lot for a receiver who's underachieved, but that Cardinal team is going for it for sure, and maybe the Ravens put something together. But now the Ravens are behind the Steelers. Do they trade it, do something else again? Nick, what's the most interesting possibility here these next few picks? Washington pick is in. We yet to hear it. The Chargers, the Eagles. What's coming up here now, inching closer to in front of the Steelers. What's interesting here? What could shake things up here?
Oh, wow.
And you do
Jahan
see
Dotson, the Penn State wide receiver, just went here. So this is interesting.
Yeah, fire up Nittany Sports now. Yeah, we do actually have a Penn State player going before a Pitt player after a Pitt player was a Heisman candidate.
We also have A.J. Brown going to the Eagles.
Wow. A.J. Brown traded?
A.J. Brown going to the Eagles.
Wow.
For what? I did not see that yet.
It just popped up.
This is crazy.
So now we're having some fun.
Brown going to the Eagles.
You guys having some fun now? You having some fun? You glad you stayed in with me?
Hold up. Wait, hold up. This just put the Titans in front of the Steelers.
It did, yes.
Malik Willis to Tennessee?
Third rounder, yeah.
But then if Malik Willis, if they do that for Willis, then the Steelers, do they sit back at Pickett? Do they settle for Pickett?
I don't know.
Or are they displeased, or do the Steelers need to get some work? The Steelers now need to trade up this?
Well, Saints is still there too, though. I mean,
is there a chance that Pickett and Willis are both gone now in front of the Steelers after this board?
It could be just Ritter left at this
fully
point.
falling for them.
Yeah, this is by the way, this is an insane draft. But let me before we do the AJ Brown stuff, let's talk about Jahan Dotson. This is early for Jahan Dotson, and I kind of love it. I know it's a reach, but he's really fun. You know, a guy that has played so many sports, has been a big-time speed threat, such a great route runner, and he's got great timing with his routes, just understands how to attack leverage, a guy that can work inside or outside, a guy that can work deep or over the middle of the field, just a crafty player, really sticky hands, a guy that separates so naturally, has a fantastic release package. This is going to be one of the best route-running duos between him and McLaurin in the NFL. Dotson's such a solid player and plays a lot like Deontay Johnson does. This is a really, really nice place, I think, for him to kind of fit in with Carson Wentz, kind of on those middle of the field throws. It's going to be really good for him, but he's got such a dynamic route tree. It makes sense. I think it's early for him again, but I think Jahan Dotson is going to be a really good player. And as that complement to Terry McLaurin, I really like the fit for him. So it's going to be a nice fit here for Jahan Dotson. I think if you're a Penn State fan, you should be happy about where he landed.